Hi everybody, welcome to yet another HSP TV episode. Today is already the 27th episode and today I want to talk to you about how you can handle an off day, because that is one of the topics that comes up a lot in my coaching and also in the online programs that I'm doing. So that is what I want to talk to you about today. If you're joining, please wave or shout out your name and your location. I will shout you out in the episode because I would always love to connect to the people that are watching. So don't be shy and say hi. And if you have any questions, hi, Sabine. Nice of you to join. If you have any questions during the broadcast, please feel free to ask them to me. And if you feel it's a question that has nothing to do with the topic and maybe you are embarrassed to ask it live, you can always email your questions or the topics that you would like me to tell you a bit more about at info@tobeimbalance.com. The email address will be below the video once I'm finished. So, welcome again to the 27th episode today. I want to talk to you about how to handle an off day. Well, handling an off day is different if you're a business owner or if you're an employee. So I will start with the business owner side. Because when you are the owner of your own business, it is different but also easier to handle an off day than when you are in employment. When you are the owner of your business, when you don't have any pressing meetings, you can usually choose how you are going to fill your day. So that also means that you are able to cancel things if you would like to. The question that I usually get is, how does it work with regards to my planning? And the last couple of episodes I talked a lot about focus, structure, goals, planning. So if you are like me, you embraced that concept and you got clear on your goals and you made a focused planning with actionable goals to achieve, and then you also planned your days. So that means that you probably planned a lot of things to do for your day. And how do you handle it when you wake up and you're just not feeling great? When you're just having a day, you know? You have all those tasks that you appointed yourself because you have the focus, you have the goals, you have the dreams, you want to achieve things. But you're just not feeling it. You're not in the right state of mind, you're not in the right energy. So how do you handle a situation like that? My advice always is to follow your intuition. I usually have week goals that I plan, and then I fill in with a pencil what I would like to do for each day. But when I feel that I have an off day, I also feel that I am not in the right state of mind or not with the right energy to do the tasks that I penciled in. And because I penciled them, I can also erase them. And what I then do is listen to myself and be kind to myself. On such days, I don't have to do anything for myself. I'm not pushing myself. I am trying to love myself to the best of my abilities. And it usually means that I really get in tune with my body. I probably meditate a bit more to help facilitate that process. And I do what I feel that I need to do. And that means that if I suddenly have the urge to want to step into the bathtub, even though it's 10 o'clock in the morning, then that's what I do, because that is what my body is telling me to do. If I feel like I want to sleep in, then that's what I do. If I feel that I want to go back to bed, then that's what I do. If I feel I need to clear my head and I am too restless to sit, then I would go to a beautiful piece of nature not far from here, and I will go and take a long walk just to clear my head, just to get back in the right energy, to feel like myself again. It can also be that I do something creative. That I work on a painting, for instance, or that I take my camera with me when I go on my walk and I try to take beautiful pictures that I can then later use for my social media, for instance. There are different ways that I handle when I am having an off day, but the red line in it is that I base it on what my body is telling me. I base it on the signals that I am receiving from myself, from my intuition. So I'm not trying to force anything. I'm not trying to push myself to do the tasks that I planned or to do calls to customers or whatever. I try to let go of everything that I had planned for the day, to completely tune into myself and then do the things that I feel I have to do to quickly become my effortless self again, to quickly feel good about me, to feel good in my skin, to have the right energy, and just basically to feel happy. What really helps with that is having your HSP rescue kit. The HSP Rescue Kit is something that I make with all my coaches, but it's also an item in all my online programs because it is very important. When you are feeling blah or overwhelmed or icky or just sad or angry or whatever emotion is manifesting itself at that moment, it is really hard to think about things that you can do to make sure that you are feeling okay again. And the HSP Rescue Kit is something that can really help you with it. Because when you feel overwhelmed or overstimulated or just plain blah without being able to give it a name, you take your list, and on the list are all the things that make you feel good again in a fast period of time. So you read the list, you go through it, and you see the things that will speak to you, and that can be the things that you do to make sure that you feel good again. How do you handle the tasks that you had planned for the day? That's usually the second question that I get, and that's also a really good one. What I do with the questions that I have: hi Doreen, nice of you to join. What I then do with the tasks that I originally had planned for the day, I do them based on intuition during the rest of the day. That is why I plan on a week basis and not on a day-to-day basis, because if I plan on a day-to-day basis and I have an off day and I listen to myself and I give myself the room to feel off and the room to let everything be that wants to be there, I am not doing the tasks that I had planned. And if I am not doing the tasks that I had planned, that can give me stress, because then I could feel like I am not staying my course. I'm not still on target. I am not effectively using the planning that I made. That is why I plan on a week basis and fill in what I would like to do for a day with a pencil. And this means that if I have an off day, I can do the tasks that I had penciled in for that day during another day. And I do that by intuition, as I mentioned. It usually means that there will be a Saturday or a Sunday or an evening even that I suddenly feel energy. I suddenly feel like, yes, this is the moment that I want to do those tasks. And then I do them, because my body then tells me now is the right time to do the things that you had planned. Not when you had planned them for that day, but now, right now. And then I do it. And then I always get my week planning. I always do everything I had planned for the day, for the week. But I listen to my intuition during the week to determine the times or the hours that I want to work on them, or that I am able to work on them. So that is how I handle off days, and that is how I handle planning for those days, and how you can migrate the tasks to a different moment during that week when your intuition tells you, yes, now is the time to do this. And then listen to it and actually do it. This, I am aware, does not really work for people who have a boss, because when you have a boss, there are certain things expected of you, and you usually don't have much wiggle room. If you are lucky, you are in a job where you can determine your own days. It also means that your boss has certain expectations of you, you have certain targets that you must reach, but nobody says you have to reach them on Tuesday or Thursday, or it means that you have wiggle room in your week also to migrate tasks to different moments and still be on track and still reach your targets. If you are an employee like that, then that is the course for you. Listen to your body. If it's a really off day, maybe call in sick and don't go. If it's not that much of an off day, then listen to your intuition and do the tasks that feel that you feel that you can do with the energy and the mindset that you have of that day. And the really big ones that require a certain energy or a certain focus or a certain mindset, leave them for another day. Feel in your body, use your intuition, and feel the things that you can do that day, and feel the things that you need to park for another day. And trust in your intuition that that other day, when you can do these tasks, will come and will present itself and will let you know when you can do the tasks. Then of course we have employees who don't have that wiggle room, who have day targets, who have to have called a certain number of people. In those cases, then you can go into a discussion with yourself and think, is this really a good day for me to go to work? And it depends on how off your day is, of course. But if you are really in a bad mood or really in a negative energy, how do you see it working? How do you see yourself calling 10, 20 people and actually help them to become a customer for your boss? If you're in telesales, for instance, or you need to sell energy or phone subscriptions or those kinds of things, you have day targets. You need to call a certain amount of people, but you also need to get a certain amount of people to say yes to your offer, to become a client. And if you are not in the right state of mind, if you are not in the energy that is required to actually reach those people and convince them to sign up, to become a customer, then what's the point of actually going to your work? And I can hear you thinking, yes, I agree with you and I would like to do that, but if I call in sick too often, my boss will fire me. This is also true. So then you need to realize, is this the line of work that's a good fit for me? Because if you have those off days that often, in which you have to call in sick that often, that is also a sign from your body and a sign from the universe that the job that you are currently doing is probably not the best job for you. Because if you are working a job that really suits you, that really utilizes your skills, that you feel happy in, that you get energy from, you probably won't get sick. Because that is one of the biggest differences that I noticed between being an employee and now owning my own company. Before, I was sick often. When I worked for a boss, I was sick often. Every disease that flew by, the flu or a stomach flu or a different kind of bug, I had them all. Everything that came by, I had them all. I was sick very often. And now that I am my own boss, now that I have my own company, I'm almost never sick anymore. And that is because I have connected to my passion and I'm actually doing something that I really, really love to do. I love working with clients. I even love doing my marketing, these videos with you guys and you watching me. In the beginning, I have to admit, it was really scary, but now I feel I found my groove and I really enjoy everything that I do. And that also makes that I don't have that many off days anymore. Usually when I have an off day, it has something to do with either my hormones or with something that happened with friends or family or something like that. But it doesn't happen that often anymore. So if you are an employee that gets sick often or that often has an off day, then that is your body and the universe trying to tell you something. So listen to it. And yes, it is not that easy to find the job that actually suits you, but there are ways to do that, and you can stay in your current job while looking for a job that better suits you, that utilizes your skills, that makes you feel happy, that gives you energy, that you love going to every day. And maybe, just maybe, becoming an entrepreneur is something for you as well. that is something to think about. So these are my strategies on how to handle an off day. Basically, the message is listen to yourself. Stay in tune with your body and try to do what your body is telling you as much as possible. Be kind to yourself. Love yourself. Take really good care of yourself. And when you do that, I promise you, the off day will be over as quickly as it began. I hope this session was of value to you. I hope that you enjoyed watching it, either live now or in the rerun later. I do HSP TV every Thursday at 5:30 GMT +1 Amsterdam time. So if you are in a different country, make sure that you have the time correct. And I hope to see you all again next week for the next episode of HSP TV. Thanks again for watching and see you next week. Bye bye.